Hello everybody, this is just a quick update on the first video. That was the one, Brass Plays Help for All Students, where you can see how to oil your valves. If you've got further difficulties, this is what this is going to help you with. But if you just need to have a quick go over your valves, have a look at that video, and there's a section in there on oiling your valves and greasing your slides. So this video goes a little further, like I said, to help you fix things if you've got other issues. So the first thing that tends to happen is this part of this valve here. I'll just get a pencil so you can see. This bit unscrews just a little bit and you'll hear it click. It's dead simple. All you do is you tighten it back down and then your valve will be okay. Likewise, this top little section here, that can also come undone, and we just tighten it up and your valve won't click. However, if the valve is old and worn, the felt's here, and you may be getting a click anyway, but if these are tightened up, generally that should fix the problem. The second thing that can potentially go wrong, if we look at this valve here, this part here unscrews within the valve. So if I unscrew that, and you'll kind of have this sort of thing happen, and classically we call this wobbly valve syndrome. It feels like your valve snapped, but it's not a big issue and it's reasonably easily fixed. So what we've got to do is get the valve out. So what we tend to do, if we unscrew here, be careful because this will all fall apart. So I kind of leave my finger on the top there and carefully point there. We can take that bit out and the spring. Now it can often be easier before you do that if you get your finger and you just push the valve up and you can grab it very carefully. The last thing you want to do is this plastic guide here. If that comes out and you put it back in the wrong way around, so this way, then the holes won't line up. So you might need to take it all to bits again. But really, if you take it out carefully from the bottom, it'll come in sections roughly like that. And then it's just simply taking this part, screwing it back in. And again, remember, we're always going in a clockwise direction when you tighten up. It tends to go wrong when we go anti-clockwise, and that's when this part will unscrew. So there's three bits that can unscrew. There's this part on the valve itself, and there's the very top bit here that can come off. That simply screws back on. So there's three bits really. So we'll put that back in. Make sure it's clicked in position. Remember, some valves will only click in one position. Some will click in that direction. It'll feel like it's blocked. So you need to take it out, turn it around 180 degrees, and that should fix it. So there we go. If this has come out, it kind of comes out like this, sideways. I mean, I'm not going to take it out. You'll just need to experiment with that. Other things that can happen is there might be other springs and washers and bits of felt on this part. And if they all come apart, one of the things you can do is just take another valve out and have a look to make sure you've put it back in the correct order. In this one, it's like a little felt washer, this part and then the top bit, but some might have little brass washers. So compare it to another one and that can help. And I think that should just about cover any of the issues. If your valve, however, there's just one other little thing. If your valve has actually got stuck down and you can't get it out, one of the things you can do is take out a slide, run a few drops of valve oil into there, run a few drops of, I mean, just one or two, and then leave it to sit. And then what you can do is gently push up from the bottom and you can get the valve out. It can be awkward because if it's stuck down here like this, it's really hard. So what you sometimes have to do is use this to push it up a bit, screw this bit down, and you have to kind of fiddle with it. It's very rare that happens, particularly if you've been using your instrument, but if the valve does get stuck down, there's the option here. Be really careful though, because these things, once they're bent, don't go at it with a set of pliers, because once they're bent, they need to go in for repair and it's a big job. So do everything carefully, take your time, and you should be able to get your instrument back up and running again. So thank you very much.